So hello, today I'm doing a bit later than normal because I had a very busy night last night. And I just am still in quite a lot of shock and quite shaky because I am so grateful for you all for coming behind me and supporting my mission to share the book so that I can share the message that we are all awesome and we just have the courage to be ourselves, and then everything changes. And so my book, I was amazed. Yesterday it was launched, as you all know, and it's now in Amazon top number one in 5 different categories, which I am completely shocked and amazed about. And apparently Amazon only allowed 3, but because it was selling so well, they made an exception, and now I'm top in 5 categories. So I am absolutely in awe and so grateful for you all. I think the reason it's done so well is because I am passionate about sharing the message that we are all awesome. We have everything within us. We don't need courage. We've got all the courage we need. But sometimes the stories say, I need to have courage. And that's why I've called it the courage to be you. I'm not saying you need the courage because you've got it there. However, sometimes we feel that we need to let go of the armor, let go of the people pleasing and the perfectionism, and then we can be truly ourselves. And that sometimes can feel a bit scary because we've been holding on this body armor all our life. And then suddenly to get rid of it, it's been holding us in theory safe, but in practice not safe at all. And it's like anything, things become familiar, they become comfortable, but they're actually not comfortable at all, which is why I always talk about the familiar zone, not the comfort zone, because it's never comfortable. It's showing that we're not stretching. It's showing that we're staying small, but that feels that we get used to feeling small. So therefore that becomes our norm. How about if we expand, we grow, we show it with impact and influence, and then we feel unleashed and free. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this book, because I have been through that journey. It's 25 years of learning and experiencing and unmasking and getting rid of the armor, that suddenly that moment comes when this is it, I've done it. And I think that's what I'm also highlighting. It is a choice. And you've heard me talk a lot about a choice. We always have a choice. Even if we feel we haven't got a choice, we've chosen not to have a choice. And we can choose in that moment to let go. We can choose in that moment to say, that's it, I've had enough. And that's what happened to me. I had my enough moment, as I spoke about yesterday, when I stood up in the boardroom and said, enough is enough. This has to stop. That was my moment. I didn't realize that was a choice at the time. It's just something I knew I had to do. I had that fire in my belly that said, I've got to say something. I cannot tolerate this any longer. And that was a choice I made. I didn't even realize was a choice, but it transformed everything. So I really would love you to see what choices you are making that you don't realize are a choice. And sometimes that takes uncertainty. That's what innovation is all about. Innovation includes courage, because we don't know what the outcome is. As you've heard me say, courage is merely when we have no guarantee of the outcome. And so a lot of things we do, we had no guarantee of the outcome. However, we can put in place the procedures to encourage a successful outcome if we know the intention of what we're doing. So yesterday, my intention was to spread the message as widely as possible. And therefore, I can't believe that I had the accolade of being top categories. I don't take that as my personal achievement. I see is the fact that I feel so proud that I'm sharing something that you can see has got value. That's what makes it important to me. And so I think as we talk about courage, I think it's really important for you to think, reflect on your day, reflect on your life, whatever it is you want to reflect on, and think, where have you shown courage that you didn't even realize was courage? It's just what you did. Because in those moments, that's when we rise. In those moments when we feel that we're in the Bay of Biscay, we've been knocked about, we wonder if we're going to survive, if we can even breathe. It's in those moments that we find what we're all made of. And that's when we can rise with the resilience and confidence. We don't need it when everything's jogging along happily. We don't need it then. It's knowing that we've got the resources within us when things get tough. And that's the moment when we acknowledge, yes, I can do this. I trust myself. I know I'm going to get through it, and it's all going to be okay, even if the okay is not what we planned. But I totally believe things happen for us and not to us, and that everything we go through is a learning opportunity. And we learn so much from those challenging times. We might want to say, oh, I've had enough today. I do not need any more. Thank you. I've had a good test. However, we are there to learn something. And that's been my mantra for many, many years. Even when it's so tough and you're thinking, what have I done to deserve this? We're meant to go through it. And it takes the sting out of it. And when we look for the learning, and that's when the magic can happen. So the book is full of so many tools and techniques that you can put in place straight away so that you can own who you are, ditch the armor. It's all through my methodology, my SOAR methodology of strengthening your vision, your purpose, and your values, overcoming those stories, those beliefs from childhood that no longer serve us, like don't be too big for your boots. A is aligning who you truly are, and the R is restoring your resilience and your confidence. And talking about too big for your boots, I didn't want to share the fact my book has gone top 5 categories. I still had that story in the back of my mind that said, don't be too big for boots, don't be all that stuff going on. No, you can't share that because who do you think you are? I thought, right, this is me to practice what I preach. When it's tricky and you don't want to do it, I always believe when you can't, you must, because that's when the magic happens. So take care. Huge thanks. So grateful for every single one of you. It's still on Amazon. It will be there hopefully for many years. And it's a joy. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.